Lvad left ventricular assist device, Hearmate 2 system controller.
The system controller for use with the Hearmate 2 LVAS is a small computer that controls and monitors system operation. It connects to the Hearmate 2 left ventricular assist device, or LVAD, via the driveline that passes through the patient's abdomen. The driveline sends power and operating signals from the system controller to the Hearmate 2 LVAD, frequently called the pump. It also transmits information from the pump to the system controller. The system controller has two power cables, one with a white connector and the other with a black connector. The power cables connect to the power module, a pair of 14-volt lithium-ion batteries, or the mobile power unit module for use with the Hearmate 2 LVAS. When connected to a working power source, they provide external power to the pump via the driveline. While both cables provide equal power, the white power cable also transmits data from the system controller to the system monitor for use with the Hearmate 2 LVAS when it is connected to the power module patient cable. The system controller delivers power to the pump, controls and monitors system operation, identifies alarm conditions, and initiates hazard and advisory alarms. The user interface displays the following: pump parameters, charge status of the backup battery, visual alarms with clear, actionable instructions, and an accessible alarm history of the last 6 most recent alarms. The system controller can be programmed to display information in various languages. Additionally, the system controller houses a backup battery, provides driveline diagnostic capability, and records and stores alarm data and device performance data. The event recorder is a feature built into the system controller that allows performance data to be collected and stored in the system controller memory. It is always on and cannot be turned off. Data is stored automatically in the event log when an alarm or PI event occurs. Data can also be stored at set time intervals. The record interval specifies the frequency in which information is collected. Frequency options include the following: off 0.5 hour, and then hourly increments from 1 to 24 hours. By default, the record interval is set to off. The event recorder can store up to 240 events, which includes both alarm events and data captured at set time intervals. Once the event recorder is full, the oldest event is deleted and the newest one saved. All stored information in the system controller event recorder can be viewed on the system monitor history screen. This section does not have accompanying audio. The front panel on the system controller is the primary interface for users during routine system operation. In this section, we will review the various functions and status symbols on the system controller user interface, including the pump running symbol, the battery button, the battery power gauge, the display button, the display screen, and the silence alarm button. The pump running symbol on the system controller user interface illuminates green when the left ventricular assist device is receiving power and running. Now let's discuss when the pump running symbol on the system controller user interface is black. The pump running symbol is black when the pump has stopped and during the following system controller hazard alarms: the pump off hazard alarm and the driveline disconnected hazard alarm. In addition, the pump running symbol is black when the system controller is in sleep mode or charge mode. The battery button has three functions. Function 1, to operate the battery power gauge by pressing and releasing the battery button. Function 2, to perform a system controller self-test by pressing and holding the battery button for 5 seconds and then releasing it. Function 3, to put a running system controller into sleep mode when the system controller is no longer in use on the patient. This section does not have accompanying audio. The display button activates the information display screen. It is only functional when the system controller is connected to external power and is in use. You will press and release the display button to view the pump parameters and status of the system controller backup battery on the display screen. The display screen allows the user to view pump parameters and the last 6 alarms stored in the system controller alarm history. The information can be displayed in one of several language options set via the System Monitor admin screen. Viewing information about the pump is useful when recording pump parameters and/or trying to resolve system problems. To view information on the user interface screen, press and release the display button. Each push of the display button brings up a new screen. Each screen illuminates for 15 seconds before it goes black. The screens are always displayed in the same order. This section does not have accompanying audio. This section does not have accompanying audio. Let's review some basic information to remember when viewing the alarm history on the system controller display screen. The alarm history screens show the date and time of the alarm occurrence at the top of the screen. A dot at the bottom of each screen provides navigational information about which screen is in view. To exit from the alarm history feature, simultaneously press the silence alarm and display buttons again. If the system controller detects an alarm condition while displaying the alarm history, the screen immediately transitions to the real-time alarm screen. Simultaneously press the silence alarm and display buttons to return to the alarm history screen. Some advisory alarms remain on the user interface screen until the alarm condition is resolved, and therefore do not appear in the alarm history. After the sixth alarm is displayed, the next button push returns to the first alarm screen. The silence alarm button has two primary functions. The user will press and release the silence alarm button to silence an active alarm on the system controller. It also silences the alarm on the power module or mobile power unit module if the patient is connected to either. The length of time the alarm is silenced is contingent on the alarm type. Note, pressing the silence alarm button only silences the alarm. It does not fix the alarm condition. The silence alarm button is also used to view the last 6 system controller alarms on the screen, as you just learned. The alarm silence period will be covered in greater detail in the system controller hazard alarm and advisory alarm modules. The system controller uses sounds, lights, symbols, and on-screen messages to communicate about how the system is working. In this section, we will review the following system controller user interface alarm symbols: the power cable disconnected alarm symbols, the driveline disconnected alarm symbol, the low battery alarm symbols, the red heart hazard alarm symbol, and the yellow wrench advisory alarm symbol. This section does not have accompanying audio. The ICU cover is a location management accessory to the Hearmate 2 LVAS and is designed to secure the system controller to a visible location, such as the patient's gown or bedsheet, using the provided clip. It is indicated for hospital use by post-operative patients, typically in the intensive care unit. This disposable, non-sterile product is only intended for use when the patient is confined to bed. Do not use it when the patient is ambulatory or at home. The ICU cover is designed for single patient use only and should be disposed of after 7 days or earlier if it becomes soiled or damaged, and a replacement cover is needed. A numerical usage tag is attached to the ICU cover to help track the number of days the cover has been in use. It is normal for the system controller to feel warm to the touch when in operation. However, if the system controller is covered by the patient's body or insulating material, for example, a blanket, and the internal battery is charging, the system controller may reach a maximum temperature of 124 degrees Fahrenheit, 51 degrees Celsius. A sedated or sleeping patient, especially in the ICU, may not react if the system controller becomes hot. It is extremely important to protect the patient from serious injury or burns. The ICU cover helps limit direct skin contact with the patient. In addition, it provides a protective cover between any local contaminant and the system controller. Note, the system controller in the ICU cover should never be placed directly on or underneath the patient or under a blanket. This section will review some of the main warnings and cautions when using the system controller for use with the Hearmate 2 LVAS. This section is meant to provide a brief description only. Prior to using the system controller, refer to the instructions for use for a complete list of warnings and cautions. Click on each warning and/or caution label to the left to view additional details. This section does not have accompanying audio, so take your time and read through each item in its entirety. In this section, we will review the following system controller how-to guides to ensure you know how to use the device properly. How to perform a system controller self-test. How to switch a running system controller to sleep mode. How to connect the system controller to the driveline, and how to install the ICU cover to the system controller. Click on each topic displayed to the left to learn more. Click through the 4 steps displayed to the right to learn more. This section does not have accompanying audio. Click through the 4 steps displayed to the right to learn more. This section does not have accompanying audio. Click through the 6 steps displayed to the right to learn more. This section does not have accompanying audio.
hope you learned from this video. Press subscribe, like and share to support my channel. Press the bell button to be notified with my upcoming videos. Thank you.